Hi and welcome to the Pegasus Sales Order Processing Reorganise help sheet. So the reorganisation process allows you to remove data from the sales order processing module without then affecting the relevant financial ledgers. For example, in sales order processing on our test company, if we go to action and invoice, we can see we've got a number of transactions dating from 2013 onwards. It may well be that due to the amount of data entered through sales order processing, you only need to keep a minimum of 1 to 2 years to make sure the module and the actual data itself don't become too large. In this case, you can run the sales order processing Reorganise to remove irrelevant data from the module. If we close out of sales order processing and then go into SOP, utilities and Reorganise, you will be advised that a backup is to be taken beforehand, and I would advise this is done to make sure that any problems can be restored back. Once we select OK, we get the Reorganise screen, and we first have a sequence, and this is the sequence in which you will see the information removed, whether that be account or document sequence. The most important part of this process is entering a relevant date. Now this date will mean that any transactions in sales order processing dated prior to this date will be removed from the system. That is only if they are completed as an invoice or a credit note. Any items that are part completed or still at order or delivery stage will also not be touched. I'm going to put a date in here of the 1st of the 1st 2014, which should mean that all of my information prior to this date is removed. I am also going to tick recalculate order balances, as well as complete description in documents, and cancel unposted purchase order requests already invoiced. Now what these three options actually mean is an option that determines whether the application will recalculate all of your customers' balances. So on the order processing screen, you will also have an order balance in financials. So once the recalculate and reorganise has been completed, the order balance will be correct for all the customers. The complete description in documents means that whether the document is outstanding description only lines, so not stocked and no quantities, it is regarded as completed and then eligible for removal. The cancel unposted purchase order requests already invoiced is an option that determines whether the purchase order processing, if you're using back-to-back, is cancelled if it's not been actually requested and progressed through to a purchase order. And again, that is prior to the date we've entered on screen. Once I'm happy with those options, I'll select OK, and the system will run through the relevant invoices, recalculate any options, and the reorganise will then be completed. Now the speed of that process is dependent on the amount of data, so it is worth giving the process a good 5 to 10 minutes if you do have quite a lot of information to delete. Once that process has been completed, if we then open sales order processing, again run the first customer we had and select the invoices, we can now see that there are no invoices dated prior to 2013. However, there are if they aren't actually the status of invoice or credit note. If we physically have a look at the financial data, however, and have a look at the view screen for the ledger, you will be able to see that there are still details dated 2013, which shows you confirmation that the sales ledger and purchase ledger, regardless of which Reorganise is run, won't be touched. And that's the end of the sales order processing Reorganise. Thank you very much.